Hey guys, good afternoon. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. So from the topic, you guys already know what we are here to discuss, and obviously you get from my previous vlog, you guys know my mom is around. She came all the way from Nigeria to visit us here in Germany. So immediately I dropped the video, I got few comments, people asking me to talk about the visa processing and all that. I have something similar on the channel, but it was through my friend's lens. Like, my friend had done it for her parents then, and so I brought her to the channel to talk about it. But this one now, I have gone through it. We have gone through it as a family, so I feel I'll be able to talk more on the application process, the visa fee, and everything you need to know about the Schengen visa, because the Schengen visa is the visitor's visa that they do give for those trying to come to visit Germany. That's because you can also use it to enter other Schengen areas within the European Union. So yeah, my mom is there on the channel. Just say hi, mom.
Hi.
So if you have not subscribed to the channel, before we go, kindly do so. Click on the subscribe button, leave your comments, like the video, share with family and friends. And yeah, welcome to the channel. If you see me looking down, that's because when mommy was coming, we created some a folder for her, all the documents that that was required of her. So I have it on my phone. So if you see me looking down, just know that's what I'm looking at. So when you want to apply for the visitor's visa in Germany, what is the first thing you need to do? The first thing you need to do is go and get declaration of commitment. It is called Verpflichtungserklärung. I'm going to write it on the screen. What all the documents I'll be mentioning, I'll be writing them on the screen. So the word will be easy for you. So what do you need to do? It's usually given at your rat house in your city, but for her city, we just apply online. We don't even need to go to the rat house. So you can just type your city, because our city is Wolfsburg. So our own has to do with rathaus.wolfsburg.verpflichtungserklärungen. So just type the word and enter your own city, and maybe find out how you can get this. For our own city, you don't need to go to Rathaus. Once you just go to the website, you fill the form, and once you fill the form and submit, about 1 to 2 weeks, the rat house will send an email to you to come and get this document, and also tell you to bring 25 euro. Ours is 25 euro. It might differ in your own city. So that's the first thing you do. Go online, fill this form, or find out in your city. Yours might not be that you have to fill a form. Yours might be that you going physically to the rat house, but ours will fill the form online. And when you are filling, the details they need is the details of you that is sponsoring the person, bringing this person from Nigeria, and the person that is coming from Nigeria, which is just name, date of birth. But for you that is sponsoring, they need proof of fund. So my husband uploaded his bank statement. He just downloaded it on the app. It's not like he went to the bank. He downloaded it on the app, uploaded his bank statement and pay slip. So they also ask you how long the person is staying, your relationship with the person. So it's just a normal small form that you fill and submit. So once the form is ready, Rathaus will send you a mail to come and collect it and tell you to bring 25 euro. The money might differ in your own city, but for her city is 25 euro. So it comes out on time. Between 1 week to 2 weeks, the form is usually out. So this form, the original, is what you need to send back home to Nigeria. So what we now did for our mom, you can do that, is we now helped them to fill all other forms online. We packed everything together, printed here, and sent it with that original form, because we know definitely they will not accept photocopy. We are sending something back to Nigeria. So we sat down, we went to the website, we filled the application form and all the other documents. We now sent everything physically. If you don't want to do fast track, we sent it, they'll send it through night post, and the person will call the person to come and collect it. That one usually takes 3 weeks. If you have time, you can plan on time, 3 weeks. But if you're doing fast track, that one will even get to the person within 4 days in Nigeria, is 80 something euro. But if you just want to do normal letter post, it's not even up to 10 euros. So you can see the gap and the difference. So you choose whichever you want. If you have time, if you want to start on time, you can choose the normal letter send. It's not even up to 10 euro to get to Nigeria. But if you want to do fast track, you pay 80 something euro. Within 4-5 days is there. So now I'm going to be reading all the documents that was needed for the application process. So I'll also be writing them on the screen. So all these things I'm reading is what the person also needs to take to the embassy. So we did all this. We went to the German website. So after you've collected the original stuff, we went to the German website. We filled out an application form under the Schengen visa. So you fill out the application form and all that. Once you do that, you also try and pick a date. But you can pick a date before you even fill out application form. First thing after you get that, go and pick a date. And the German embassy, they do not release the dates like at once. You can't go there and see all the calendar between January till December. No, they release the dates little by little for a span of 1 week. Then they release again. So the dates was very easy for us. I've had people that said, oh, they were not able to pick days, they were waking up in the night. No, we just timed ourselves. In fact, we started looking for day from December. We even saw early January, but we didn't pick it. We're like, no, it's too early. We want her to go like sometime in late January. Sorry, a call is trying to come into my phone. So late January. I have to take this call. Hello? So guys, sorry about that. The call kept coming in, so I had to respond to that call. So we filled, I don't even know where I stopped, but hopefully I pick up. So we filled the application form and everything for my mom. So we just sent it with the stuff that I said we collected from Rat House, and we sent it together. So what they need from you is invitation letter. So aside that letter that you got from Rat House, you need to write an invitation letter. So I can just do a template and leave it on the screen for you. It's just something simple that you want your parents or your mom to come and visit you. You'll be taking care of accommodation and everything. Just a simple, I'll try and leave it on the screen. So they need invitation letter aside that letter. So now you now have 2 letters. Then the second thing is proof of relationship. So like my own, now my husband did all the process from my mom because I'm not working. So for the proof of relationship, I just said, okay, let's add our wedding certificate because it's my mom. Even though it's my husband's details, everything they're using, we added our marriage certificate, and I also added my age declaration. I don't have birth certificate. My mom lost it many years back, so I added declaration of age. In fact, it was the one she did for me about 2 years ago when I was doing my family reunion. So I added it as proof of relationship, marriage certificate, and declaration of age. Then you need flight reservation. It doesn't mean you should book the flight. You just need a flight itinerary. So my husband just did Ethiopia, even though my mom didn't fly Ethiopia, she fly Lufthansa. So what do you mean by flight itinerary? You go online as if you want to book a flight, you enter the date, you don't make payment, like you choose an option of maybe pay later or something, then you just print it out, just flight itinerary. So you need that. I'll be writing them on the screen. Then you need health insurance for the duration of stay. You need health insurance. We use Azad Manzad. I'll write it on the screen. It's very simple. You don't need an agent. Go to Azad Manzad website, buy Schengen health insurance, print it out and add it for them. Then proof of accommodation. So we gave the contract of our house as proof of accommodation. We added that. Then pay slip. My husband added a 3-month pay slip from his side, 3 months. Then visa fee. Definitely you're inviting your parents, you're taking care of everything, right? So visa fee, as of January when my mom went, is 80 euros, is on the website. But now with exchange rate and all that, just make sure you go with enough money, although they'll tell you from the gate even before you enter. My mom went, it was 70 something thousand. I have someone that went a few days ago, and if I tell you that it's now 130,000, so because of exchange rate, but it's always 80 euros. So you can just go, make sure you go with above 100,000. It might come down and it might keep going up. But if at the gate they tell you, you can also go and get more money from the ATM, and they only accept cash, they don't accept card. Then application form. So you just go to the website after you've picked a date, just fill application form. It's just the person details, passport number, name, just small details, normal application form. You fill it. Then make sure you make copies. Definitely, if you are going to the embassy, make copies of all these stuffs. One original, 2 photocopies, but or 1 photocopy, whichever document that doesn't have original, maybe like other document, just make photocopy of it. But anyone that has an original copy, you make a photocopy, 1 photocopy for each. So that's all these things we did from our hand. My husband printed the flight reservation, did the health insurance, did the proof of accommodation, pay slip, invitation letter, application form. We did everything here. So we now packed it with our document and we sent to Nigeria. So I'll now go now and now tell you other things that we couldn't send that my mom must provide from our own end. Definitely. So instead of going through the application form themselves and not knowing what to fill or what to write, so we had to do everything here and we sent it together with the document. But there are some things that we couldn't send that needed to be done from my mom's side, and one is passport photograph. Now this is not your international passport photograph. They needed 2 recent passport photograph. It must be colored with a light background. So I just told my mom they should make the background white, but colored but white background. It was accepted, and you can go to the website. There's a standard for it, which is 35 by 45 mm. So age declaration, that's the person that is coming to Germany, my mom's age declaration or certificate, birth certificate. Then our international passport, definitely that one is with her. Then courier envelope, we can't buy courier envelope from here. She bought the courier envelope from Nigeria. That's the DHL envelope that will be used to send back these documents to her. Then she then bank statement for 3 months. Remember that my husband sends payslip for 3 months. The person coming also needs to go to the embassy with 3-month bank statement. Because you're the one sponsoring, it doesn't matter if they have money in the account or not. They just want the bank statement. Then that was all. That's it. So from her, 2 passport photograph, age declaration, international passport, courier envelope, 3-month bank statement, with the other document that I just mentioned earlier. But everything, as I mentioned, I'll be writing them on the screen for you people to see. So a few days ago, I had a few questions that came in for me in the email. So I'm going to answer those questions briefly. Then I'll now tell my mom to, talk to us about the questions that they asked her at the embassy. So about 2 weeks ago, I won't mention the person's name. So someone sent me some questions asking about this visitor's visa. So I even told the person, wow, my mom just got her own too, but I told the person another. So I just want to, in case you're in that position and you just want to know few of this question. But before we go that, after my mom's interview, because my husband sponsored her, so he used all his own details, the pay slip, the letter. Even in the letter, he wrote that sponsoring my mother-in-law. Even the one he got from the rat house was my mother-in-law, and that was what he wrote because he did everything. But after my mom's interview, they gave her a paper to produce 2 documents, and they told her to produce them within an hour. I think she finished her interview around 10. They gave her to produce those documents around 11 to submit immediately at the gate again. You guys remember I mentioned earlier that for proof of relationship, we gave marriage certificate and my own birth certificate, so that they know, okay, she's my mom. She swore the affidavit of age declaration for me then, because our name is different. So I was so scared during our visa application process. My mom did not change her maiden name. So, and she bears an Akwa Ibom name, which is totally different. Our dad is Yoruba, my son name is Yoruba. So I was skeptical, I was just scared. But I'm like, okay, age declaration. She swore that age declaration for me during family reunion 2 years ago. So I used that, her name is there. I used the marriage certificate. Even though on the marriage certificate, I and my husband later realized that it was the father's name that was on the certificate, not the mother's name. But we are like, okay, it's still proof of relationship to know that, okay, this person that is sponsoring her is married to me. So after I interviewed, the interviewer told my mom to produce 2 documents so you can learn from it. They told her that she should bring her daughter, which is me. They even put my name in bracket, blessings passport data page, which is my international passport, the data page, and also my German residence permit. So if it's your spouse that is doing for your parents, remember to put this. So if you put proof of relationship, you can use birth certificate, marriage certificate, add it. Also add your resident permit. My husband added his own resident permit, added his own international passport data page, added all those, but we forgot to add my own. So they told my mom to go and bring my own. So I quickly sent it to her on WhatsApp, and they printed around the embassy and she submitted at the gate. But if you're doing directly for your mom, you don't need to get from your spouse. But it's because my husband was the one doing it, so they also needed mine. But if it's you're working in Germany, you want to do for your parents, what you need is just proof of relationship, which will now be maybe your birth certificate, marriage certificate, or whatever you feel you can use to prove your relationship with the person. So that aside, so this question came in. Before we now go ahead, from my mom will tell you a few questions that they asked her. This person said, is it advisable to invite both parents, mother and father, at once? So what I responded to her was, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. And that's because there's a lady I follow on TikTok. She's in Dresden. There was a time she gave birth and she brought two of her parents, her mom and her dad, and at the same time. So I wouldn't say it's not possible. Definitely it is possible. So I feel in your letter, invitation letter, just give tangible reason why you want both parents to come at the same time. So yes, there's nothing wrong if your parents are coming at the same time. Give reasons why you want them to. So the person said, my husband and I are legally married in Germany and working. Should I add my husband pay slip also? If you feel your income, you can. If the two of you are working, you can say in the letter that I and my spouse will be sponsoring our parents, and now you are going to be using the details of the two of you. You're going to be submitting your own pay slip, your husband's pay slip, your resident permit, his resident permit. It's not going to be like a combination of documents. Maybe you feel the money will not be enough. Then she said, should I rent hotel separately for them? Blah, blah, blah. It depends on your house. If the accommodation won't be enough, the embassy will definitely let you know. I will use a 2-bedroom flat. My husband and our son, and they still gave my mom visa for a 2-bedroom flat. So she also said, is giving birth soon a tangible reason? That I think she's pregnant. She wants to know if that's a good reason. Yes, that is a good reason. My mom is here and we are not expecting, I'm not pregnant, and they gave her. So if your parents are coming because you're pregnant or you are expecting, that's a very, very tangible reason. So I got another question about a few days ago, but this one now, YouTube, the one I just read is email, so I just had to answer that in case you're in a similar situation. So this one said, hello ma'am, do I need to stay in Germany for years before inviting my parents over? And do I need a big apartment before being eligible to invite them? Finally, is there an amount I need to earn before being eligible to invite my mom? So I'll take it one at a time. She said, does she need to have stayed in Germany for a longer period? No. I'll use my husband's colleague as an example. In fact, when she came in, the same year I came in, few months after she invited her mom, even her husband had not joined her when she invited her mom. Her husband was still going through the family reunion process, and she invited her mom within few months, and they gave her the visa. The mom came, and so that's not a criteria. It's not about how long you stayed in Germany. It's about if you are capable and all that. So the second question, does she need a big apartment? Like I said, if apartments, at least a moderate apartment like hers, I've used herself as an example, 2-bedroom, I'm already here with my husband, my son, and they still gave my mom the visa. So she also said, finally, how much does she need to earn? Does she need to earn like a big amount? So in that one, I have an example. A friend's friend, they stay in another city, so they wanted to do visitors visa for their mom-in-law. And do you know what? After the interview, they told the person that they should open a block account for the mom-in-law and put some certain amount of money. So definitely, maybe they've gone through the salary is not enough. So the German embassy, they don't usually deny parents visiting visa. That's one thing I noticed. Most of my husband's colleagues that most of them, they've already brought their mom here, and nobody's visa has been denied. But for that person, it's a friend's friend. I don't even really know that family, but a friend was gisting me recently that they told them to open a block account for the mother-in-law, and immediately they did that, they granted her the visa. So in that situation, just submit your pay slip, submit everything. If the money is not enough, the embassy will tell you what to do, like in our case. And immediately they submitted the money, a certain amount of money, put it in the block account. You know it's still your money, so even if when the parent goes back, you still get your thing back. They just put it in block accounts to show that, okay, they are really capable, and they gave her the visa. So that's just it. It's just very simple. And my mom's visa came out in 2 days. How did we know? I was tracking it. You know, when you buy the DHL envelope, you have a tracker. She went to for her interview on a Tuesday, and the person told her, we'll get back to you at least in 14 days. My mom just said, oh, thank you, I'm grateful. And weekend, she went on Tuesday. By weekend, I think Saturday, I don't know, I just decided to check. I don't know what prompted me. And I realized that when I checked, I was hoping to just see nothing, maybe blank. And the next thing, package left the German embassy on Thursday. I checked on Saturday. That was one of the longest weekend. I was like, is it that they denied her? She went on Tuesday, package left embassy on Thursday. I'm like, why didn't DHL deliver on Friday? Because we used my husband's, my brother's address. So in case you want to use somebody's address, don't say because I said I use my brother's address, they'll return you back. We made a mistake. My mom stays in the east, my brother stays in Lagos. We wanted my brother to receive the DHL envelope, that's the visa. So when we went to buy the envelope at first, we used my brother's name, but on my mom's interview day, they also told her to produce another envelope that day with the document, my own document that I mentioned earlier. Now my mom was like, oh, she wants her son to get it. She stays in this. They say, okay, what you do is write your own name on the envelope. You now put in care of, now put the person's name and address. The person said, in case they want to return your visa, if my colleagues are looking for your details, they'll use your name to search for your envelope. They will not use your son's name to search for it. So they told my mom, put your name, put in care of, then write the person's name and address. So that was all we did. So I quickly called my brother that, oh, I just tracked this stuff. He left the embassy since Thursday. They said he didn't receive anything. This was Saturday. I was so angry. We didn't Lagos. Why didn't you deliver on Friday? Monday we waited. These people guys taking it from one place to the other. It has arrived at the DHL something facility. It has arrived at the DHL sorting center. Then on Tuesday afternoon, they delivered for my brother and opened it. And when he did, whoa, they gave her the visa. And Schengen visa is usually for a period of 3 months, but we didn't do 3 months. My mom is a businesswoman, so we did 30 days for her, which is just 1 month. You can do whatever you want. You can do 60 days, you can do 2 weeks. In fact, Germany will give you a visa of 2 weeks, depending on what you're going to do. Even though Schengen is for a period of 3 months, it doesn't mean they'll give you the whole 3 months. Unlike some other countries, I think UK, you can do 6 months, you can do 2 years. I think US to 2 years. Canada, I heard Canada will even give you up until the end of your passport, but you can't stay long, which is multiple entry. So for the first entry, you can't stay more than 6 months. But for Germany, Schengen is usually 3 months, but is what you say that they'll give to you, even though Schengen is 3 months. So we told them 30 days, 1 month, and that was what they gave to us. So you can do 3 months, you can do 2 months, you can do 1 month, depending on what the parent is coming to do. So I feel this video has been detailed enough. Those are the documents. Just go. Now I'll ask her the few questions that my mom will just talk about the few questions that they asked her, and we'll wrap it up. So over to you, Mom. What did they ask you? Just go straight.
Okay, when I got there, the guy asked me, your name, ma? I told him your age. I answered. And what do you do for a living?
Okay.
I answered, do you have workers? I said, yes. How many? I told him. Then he asked, how many children? I told him. What number is the one you are visiting? I said, I answered. Then he asked, why are you visiting? I said, I just want to visit them because I was missing them. Okay. So he said, is she expecting or has she delivered a newborn? I said, no, I just want to visit them. He said, just visiting? I said, yes. Then he asked, how long are you staying? I answered. I think that's all.
That's all. So that's all. They only asked her if I'm expecting a baby. She said no. So if you tell them you're expecting a baby, they'll expect that you've added your EDD or your scan details or doctor. So that's the difference now. If you're expecting a child, it's still the same document, but now you have to add the document, maybe your doctor or your expected date of delivery, that oh, she's pregnant, I'm going there for mugo and all that. But in her case, she only told them no, I'm coming strictly to visit them, and they gave her the visa. So yeah, from her mouth, they just asked simple question: name, age. They asked her number of children, what number am I, what does she do, and yeah, that's it. So I feel I've answered most of it, and hopefully I didn't leave anything out. So yeah, all the documents, but also had your passport data page. If you are the one sponsoring, had your pay slip, all those stuff. So that's it. You can even do all the documents, fill it and send them together. So the ones that is left, they just get ready. Then don't forget your visa fee is cash. You go with cash on that day. So that's all. Thank you so much, guys, and hopefully this video has helped one or two people out there. Please share the video, and yeah, don't forget to leave a comment. And thank you. I don't know if you want us to do maybe a cost breakdown of what you expect when you're bringing a parent. I might do that with my husband if you guys want us to do that, but I know everyone's case is different. My mom stays in the east, so she had to do local flights, international flight. So depending on your own case, but if you people want us to just like, oh, briefly, averagely, what it costs to bring a parent from Nigeria to Germany, I and my husband can find time. I've not even told him, my husband is very busy. We can maybe find time and do that, but I'm not promising. But if you want us to do that, leave it in the comment section, let us know. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share with family and friends. Until we see you next time, bye. Bye. So I was already about to end the vlog, and my mom said they also asked her that who is the sponsor. Well, how did you answer them?
I said my son-in-law.
She said her son-in-law. So they might ask you who is sponsoring you. So that's it. If it's you that is sponsoring your parent, they'll just mention your name. She said her son-in-law is the one sponsoring her. Bye.